Hello, I'm Dan and this is my tattoo tour. Let's get to it. Chewit. Do you remember Chewits? Great sweets. Strawberries, favourite. So I guess we may as well start with my first ever tattoo, which was a tattoo on a bit of a drunken night. My friends and I, we were out having a good time. I think I was 17, so completely illegal. We were out and a friend of mine said, come back to my studio and get a tattoo. And it works out that a good friend of mine, Shane Moore, an ice hockey player, tattooed a smiley face on my leg just about here, which I'll show you later on. I think it was about 3 years later, I ended up covering that tiny little smiley face with a whole leg piece, which you'll see later on. But until then, it will remain covered. My first major tattoo, I think was just after my 18th birthday. It was this one up on my shoulder, if my shirt allows it. And it's a scroll with some roses and the song Winter Winds. The song Winter Winds is by Mumford & Sons, and it was a song that was played at a friend of mine's funeral. We were young, he sadly passed away, and yeah, that was a song that holds many great memories that we had together, but also a song that was played at his funeral. So yeah, that's a good one. At the moment on my body, this vessel here, I only have tattoos on my right side. That's kind of through luck, but also a little bit through choice, I guess. In my head, it feels a bit weird to get a tattoo on my left side. I am left-handed, so maybe that's something to do with it. They always say you eat with your left hand and you do your other stuff with your right hand. So maybe the right is where all the pain goes because I'm always preserving the left. So yeah, my left side is tattooed. My right side is tattooed. My left side is not. Yes.
Do you feel like you will ever get your left side tattooed?
I think I'll get my left side tattooed eventually, because it'd be pretty cool to have another sleeve or, you know, some more tattoos and art on my left side because it's quite empty at the moment. But yeah, I think I will eventually. So the rest of my arm, it's in a kind of traditional style with a twist of some kind of fun bits. I've got a nice happy whale shark just there. I think it was about 20, 21. I had a huge addiction to whale sharks. I've never actually seen one in person, but I thought the closest I'll ever get to a whale shark at this time is a tattoo. So that's why I've got this smiley little guy here. I've got a little sushi number here. I think I must be the second person on Tattoo Stories with a sushi tattoo. This was after my trip to Japan. I bloody love sushi. This is actually a vegan sushi. It's got cucumber and tomato in it, which is kind of ideal because if it wasn't vegan, I'd look like a bit of an idiot. And then to a really cool piece of art that I've got on me here, it's the back of my arm, and it's a bullet train going through the hills of Japan with Mount Fuji in the background. This was the first tattoo that I got from my friend Elliot Tilley. He's an amazing artist, and after this one, he's pretty much done the rest of my arm. So yeah, it's probably up there with one of my favourites. I just think it's really cool, and it's custom to me. This one here was a tattoo that I had done in Berlin. Ben and I went on a business trip to Berlin. We found a tattoo studio on our last day, and I thought, I tell you what, we may as well go and get a tattoo. So I got this kind of lucky hammer that also fits into the Japanese style of my sleeve. Yeah, that was quite painful, and the guy was also quite untalkative. Is that a word? Maybe. I guess the most painful tattoo that I've got would be the inside of my elbow just here, which would be the face of my lovely little whale shark. They all, you know, a lot of people say that the pit area, this area here, is the most painful, and I would agree, it is extremely painful. I think because the skin's quite weird. I think it's quite loose and soft. Yeah, it's free. So when they're tattooing, they really have to go in hard with the needle to make sure the ink stays in. And that was just going, yeah, it felt like it was going on for ages. The other part of me that was quite weird to get tattooed was my shoulder. It was right up here. He was hitting the bone on the shoulder, and it was just vibrating right through my neck up to my head. And that was a weird sensation. As well as that would be my elbow. Right on the elbow, a big flame that was going all over it, which I guess it's gonna probably going to be needing a little bit of retouching eventually, because I mean the elbow rubs everywhere and stuff, so that tattoo will slowly wear away and I'll need to get it retouched. When I first started getting tattoos, this was another early one that I got here. I started to kind of hide it a little bit. I was getting always a little bit worried that people would judge me, and then I kind of kept everything upwards, you know, just underneath a short sleeve. For me, I was always too worried that people would judge me and what they might think of me, but I think as you get a little bit older, you start to care less, and you also start to think, well, this is who I am, and tattoos are a kind of a good way of expressing who I am and the art that I like. I love the traditional style of tattoos that I've got, and yeah, whenever I see someone else with them, I instantly want to go up to them and just ask them a little bit more about it. I think for the future of my upper torso in tattoos will be more on the arms and maybe onto the body. I'm not too sure about hands and wrists yet. I do like the idea of love and hate though. It's very old school, but yeah, I don't think I'm too much of a bruiser to have those. Let's go to my legs now. I've got a couple on my legs and I think you're going to find them interesting. Welcome. Right now we're going to go through the stories of my leg tattoos. This is my leg, my right leg, and as I said earlier, I've only got tattoos on my right side. Starting off though with this little guy here. I haven't got a name for him still, but he's a cow. He's a cow and he's got a 100 cowbell. This was a tattoo that I got after my 100k run that I did a couple of years ago. Most people got the tattoo of the logo of the race, called the Race of the Stones, but I thought I wanted to pay respect to the cows that greeted me on all of my runs. When I train, I'd go out on the Ridgeway and I'd always see the cows up there, and I thought, yeah, I should definitely get a cow tattoo with a 100 bell. That'd be good. My other one here is of some ski goggles. They're Oakley ski goggles. I wasn't paid by Oakley to get this tattoo, but it was actually just a flash sheet tattoo. It's one of Elliot's flash sheet tattoos. I think it's my only flash sheet tattoo as well, actually. But yeah, I love skiing and snowboarding. I love being up in the mountains and doing winter sports. So I thought, I'll get that. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, they're the two tattoos on my lower leg. I think now we'll cut to some close-ups of my upper leg. Hello, welcome to the lower half of my legs. This is my leg and these are my tattoos. Starting from the top, as I spoke about earlier, I've got a little smiley face, which I got when I was 17 years old. You can probably just see him just there. So I got that when I was slightly drunk, and a couple of years later I was like, I have to get that covered up. It's causing too many issues in my personal life. So I went away and got the rest of this. It's supposed to be coloured and shaded. I haven't yet done that. My girlfriend tells me most weeks that it needs to get sorted out because it looks a bit of a mess, but I quite like it as an outline. It's a bit different. It's unfinished, a bit like me. So yes, that's been my tattoo tour. Thank you for watching it. I hope you found it interesting. If you want to know any more about the artists, then hit their links below. And yeah, we look forward to bringing you more episodes in the future. See you later.